All right, guys, so here we have review of properties of quadrilaterals, code Q2R. All right, it tells us, the problem tells us that I equals, and let's annotate right here, that Fi is equal to 9y and Hi is equal to 3y plus 18. So one thing that we need to know, one of our three main ideas of parallelograms is that diagonals bisect each other. All right. In other words, those segments are going to be of equal length. So what I can do is I can set both expressions equal to one another. That's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to say 9y equals 3y plus 18. A bit of a lag there. And if I subtract 3y from both sides, I end up with 6y equals 18, which means I get a y value of 3. All right, a y value of 3. So let's see if I enter that and submit. It tells me that I'm brilliant. All right. What I'm going to do with this video instead is I'm going to jump levels. All right. You guys have probably noticed that it gets a little tougher. So here's our next level. All right, where you have a smart score of around 68. If we have this parallelogram, it wants us to find. So it says we want to find GH, segment GH, and HI in this parallelogram. So it's asking us two questions. All right, no worries. Once again, what we know about parallelograms is, let's annotate. What we know about parallelograms is also that opposite sides are congruent. All right, so if opposite sides are congruent, then we can make this work. So let's look for expressions that might be equivalent. If IJ and HG are congruent, then their expressions are congruent. We can say that 19B is going to be the same as 8B plus 11. All right. Subtracting 8B from both sides, I get 11B equals 11, which means that the value of B is 1. All right. Now, for this time, it's not asking me for the value of B. It's simply asking me for the length of the side. So what I can do is I can evaluate by substituting the number 1 right here for my B value, right? And that'll give me I should get the same result for both of these sides. So 19 times 1, right, would give me 19. Right, that's my value for IJ. I should get the same thing right here. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 plus 11 is 19. So that shows me that my work is right. Now if I substitute 1 right here, because it's also asking me for HI, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 25 is 30. All right, so now I have the length of both of these sides, and I can enter them. So GH is going to be 19, and HI is going to be 30. Submit. Says that I am super duper. All right. And last but not least, let's jump one last level to the toughest level of questions. All right. And right here around the 90s. And it's asking me kind of an analysis question. Is this parallelogram a rectangle? Sure looks like one, right? One of the important ideas right here is that for every statement that you say is true, you need to have proof for it. You need to have reasoning. So just because it looks like a rectangle doesn't mean that it is a rectangle. Now I see that the sides bisect each other. All right, which means that it is a parallelogram. All right, it tells me is this parallelogram a rectangle? All right. The next thing that I see is that not only do they bisect each other, but though all of those segments are equivalent, which means the diagonals are perfectly equivalent. So what I can say for that, and I can't see that, okay, what I can say for that is that yes, this actually is a rectangle. So this is wonderful. So that's a quick tutorial of properties of quadrilaterals, code Q2R.